Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button, and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy! All right, folks, here we are on Thursday, December 7th. We're going to take an updated look at Tell today. So I just recorded the video and went to upload it, and the entire video didn't have any audio, so I'm re-recording it. So what I talked about the last time I recorded it was Tell is doing a good job trying to leave this downtrend. And it's the big push today is really what's making the difference, because my worry after watching it break a few days ago was it then put in 3 candles of what I sort of sarcastically call downtrend support, which means when a long distressed stock that has a lot of built up bearish momentum that's been playing out for quite some time, when it finally breaks downtrend resistance, all too often we see them not get sucked all the way back down under the resistance again, but do this exact thing. Just walk down the old resistance on the other side, effectively having the same endpoint, right? Still just incessantly draining stock price. But today it's trying to not do that, trying to say, okay, that was a brief period, but we're going to go back up here. And if it can continue to play out in these 60s, I would start to feel much better about the chances of it to not get drawn down and treat this as downtrend support. That said, it's also putting in something around-ish a double bottom, right around this 53 level. And the nice thing is, if this is, that was the dip, and now it's going to put in another leg. The other nice thing is it didn't come down all the way to 53, right? This candle, at this point at least, the low was 54. So it didn't need to come down and fully retest the level, so it puts in a slightly higher double bottom, which is what you want to see on a double bottom, in my opinion. But we're gonna have to see how this plays out in tomorrow and then early next week. Do we get sort of something like, not exactly like this, but something of sort of like a really strong bearish candle that follows this great nice green candle that we have going right now? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But if it does come down, I would really want that 53 to hold. Actually, I would want that 54 to hold so that it doesn't even come down to test the 53, but we'll see. If it does continue to push, I'd really like to see it start to play with the 67 level. It hasn't had luck recently getting up over it, but this would just really be the second attempt at it. So second attempt, we'll see if the sellers are still there at that level, or if they exhausted a little bit on the last push. And then if it can flip that to support, then you're sort of seriously looking at something that could neutralize this downtrend and maybe over some time and some additional moves, reverse trend to a bullish trend. Now on the think or swim side of things, in the channel, it's really just kind of wrestling with the channel at the moment. And it does have a brief trigger and fire on the TTM squeeze indicator. So I'm kind of wondering, regardless, I either think this is like not going to play out and we're going to have to need another trigger and fire to really get the big move, or this just hasn't played out yet and this is just ramping up. It's a little odd that this trigger was so brief. So that's sort of what else has me questioning it. That said, you do see a couple of really nice things taking shape. One, it's sort of continuing to wrestle or pin itself to the mid-range of this channel. If that continues to play out, I would see that as a good sign for the TTM squeeze indicator at least. It's picking up slight bullish momentum, so it's not dipping back down into the bearish momentum yet, sort of like we saw in these areas where it just very quickly picked back up once it hit the baseline. And this red wave cloud is putting in a nice sort of flattening pattern. And so it's, again, it's trying to neutralize this long-term bearish trend. So those things are sort of, signals in the right direction. But I'm, pretty reluctant to just sort of jump on board and say, oh, this stock's about to break out. It's, it's lost all of this value and it's about to just sort of rocket. Like the craziness of 2020 and 2021, 2022, like all of the chaos of those years really sort of made me more wary of these, proposed trend reversals. It takes a lot for a stock under such bearish pressure to reverse trend. So I'm first looking for neutralizing factors and then thinking, okay, trend seems neutralized. Is there an opportunity to go bullish here? We'll see. But that's where I am at the moment. And yeah, I think I covered it all. Hopefully the audio recorded this time. All right, folks, I hope that you had a good trading week. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.